What's up, everybody? Nicholas Kuzmich here from nicholaskuzmich.com, and in this video, I want to reveal to you how to set up your campaign budget optimization the right way so that you can optimize and get the best results from this feature. Now, before we begin, let me just tell you this. I've just released my latest new training bundle, and I'm doing something a little bit crazy as kind of a marketing experiment. I'm letting you decide what you want to pay for it. So it's a pay what you want or you name your price kind of situation here. All you got to do is go over to nixtraining.com. Again, nixtraining.com. You can learn all about that. Name your own price, pick up my latest training, and I'll think you enjoy that. Now, back to the point here. Campaign budget optimization. Look, this is something that I've been avoiding for a long, long time. If you followed me or you know anything about me, what I love to do is follow the rule of one ad per ad set. This is something that I've been doing since the very beginning, and the reason why I do that is simply control, right? We learned this the hard way. When we put multiple ads in an ad set, Facebook would arbitrarily kind of just show whatever they felt was kind of working to whoever they wanted to, and oftentimes it wasn't always the best kind of ad that was actually working. They'd give more impressions and more reach to the ones that were working a little bit less. And so I was like, oh man, this ain't the greatest thing in the world. So what we did was we moved one ad per ad set, and we always set our budgets at the ad set level, right? And this allowed us to control how much we spend and how much we want to distribute our content, and we can ensure that a true split test could be done because each ad set could get its own budget, and of course that would allocate the equal amount of impressions, etc., etc. But now there's campaign budget optimization, right? And this is already rolled out. People are starting to use it, and at some point this is going to become mandatory if it already isn't by the time you're watching this video. So the question then is how do we transition, or what do we need to experiment and play with at the campaign budget optimization level in order to make this whole thing work? Now, before I even get into this whole thing is contingent upon one major understanding, and it's what I call your magic metric. Now, I have an entire video just on the magic metric, so I'm not going to spend time in this video kind of going into that. But essentially, your magic metric is your key KPI, right? Your key performance indicator. It's the metric that you're watching that's kind of most important to your entire campaign. So maybe you're doing a lead generation campaign, running ads to a lead magnet, and if that's the case, maybe your KPI is a CPL, a cost per lead, right? Maybe if you're running direct to product. Now, we like lead generation, but if for whatever reason you're going direct to product, then you have your CPA, your cost per acquisition, and you know what numbers work based on your funnel. So this whole thing of how we decide our budgets for campaign budget optimization is going to rely on you understanding what your magic metric is. Now, again, if you need to watch that video, go ahead. I'm going to assume you already know what that is or have a general understanding. Now, again, before I forget, if you want my latest training on Facebook, I've got this amazing bundle that I've just put together. And again, as a marketing experiment, I'm kind of letting you name your own price and decide what you want to pay for it. So if that's of interest to you, I've got some amazing training in there. I've never really done this before, but if you want, go to nixtraining.com, name your own price, pay what you want for the bundle, and I think you'll find some fantastic results if and when you apply that. So again, what I'm about to show you is how to use campaign budget optimization if you are first starting out in a brand new campaign. And again, this comes down to understanding your magic metric. So for the sake of an example, let's say you're doing a lead generation campaign, right? And that lead generation, you know that your magic metric, the goal that you want to get is $5 CPLs. You know that if you can generate leads for $5, that the rest of your funnel is going to be profitable for you. So as long as you can get leads at under $5 per lead, then you know you're going to be profitable. We're going to call this your magic metric for the sake of this conversation and for the sake of this training. Now, if that is the case, the next thing you need to do is times this by 3 to 5x. Okay, so for the sake of this example, if we're going to make this very, very simple, 5 times 3 to 5x, let's call it 4x is $20, right? 5 times 4 is $20. this now becomes an indicator of how you set up your campaign budget optimization. You're going to take this number essentially, and you're going to times it by the number of ad sets that are in your campaign, and you're going to make that your daily budget. So again, just to make sure that you're tracking here, in fact, let me use this blue here. We're going to take the number of ad sets, right? We're going to take the number of ad sets and we're going to times that by 4x your magic metric, right? And then this is what your, let's say, equals daily budget, for campaign budget optimization here. Okay, so let me just make sure that you can all see this. So for the sake of this example, let's say you're running 5 different audiences and that's your split test. Now keep in mind, magic metric is $20, like $5, and times 4 is $20. Essentially, your campaign budget optimization here is $20 times however many ad sets that you have running. So in this case, 5, meaning $100 should be what you set your campaign budget optimization daily budget for when you are setting up your initial campaign, right? So it's the number of ad sets times 4x your magic metric, right? Which ends up being your daily budget for campaign budget optimization. So in this example, if our magic metric is $5, then we're going to times that by 4, $20, and we have 5 variations in there, then it's $100, right? If it's 10 variations, it's $200, right? You get the point here. However many ad sets you have inside your campaign is what you are going to take. You're going to times that by 4x your magic metric, and now you have a starting point of when you're going to roll out your campaign budget optimization. Now keep in mind, this is when you are starting out. Once you have found winners and this thing kind of like cycles and it's going strong, what you can do obviously is turn off all of your losers, and campaign budget optimization will show you which ones are working and which ones aren't, right? Once you have your winners, you can turn off the losers, anything that's not within your goal CPL in this case, or your magic metric. And then you can start to increase the budgets evenly amongst whatever ad sets are left. And you could start at, let's just call it $100 per ad set, winning ad set that is in your campaign, right? Now, this is the winners. This is not when you're starting out, but once you have some winners going, and let's say you have 5 winners, right? So out of all of these 5, let's say, in fact, not 5, let's say out of all these 5 you've tested, you have 3 winners. And these 3 winners are getting leads and under your magic metric. Then what you would do with those 3 winners is bump up the budgets. Let's call it $100 per ad set. So in this case, 3. And now your campaign budget optimization would be daily budget of $300. And then you can continue to scale. Again, we're not talking about scaling here. We're talking about starting. How do you set your daily budgets in order to give yourself a fair enough chance to let campaign budget optimization naturally go out, give an equal impressions to all your ad sets to make sure it is truly finding the winners? But how do we do that without spending too much money up front and losing our shirt in the process? Hey, before I continue, if you're interested in getting my latest training bundle, I got some amazing trainings in there, including stuff about ads, about landing pages, about conversions, all this kind of stuff. Simply go to nixtraining.com. Again, Nix, N-I-C-S, training.com. You can learn all about this new package that I just put together. Head over there now. You can pay what you want. That's essentially what we're doing here. Pay what you want, name your own price, take the training, go use it, apply it, and tell me about the results that you're getting with later, right? So let's just review as we kind of close this whole thing off. When we're talking about campaign budget optimization, and we're talking about starting a campaign, right? So this is starting, this is not scaling. This is starting right out of the gates. The first thing we need to know is, what is our magic metric? What is our KPI, our key performance indicator? The result that if we can get leads and or acquisitions at a specific cost, we know that our funnel will make this profitable. We're going to take that number and we're going to times it by 3 to 5x. And in this case, just to make it simple, we timed it by 4x. So if $5 is our magic metric CPL, we're going to say $20. We're then going to take the number of ad sets. And again, this could be 5, this could be 10, this could be 15. It depends on how many tests you're running within the campaign itself. And again, these could be image variations, these could be copy variations, these could be audience variations. I'm going to suggest when you're starting out, you pick, one thing that you're focusing on. Let's call it 5 different audiences rather than trying to mix it all up, but to each their own. But you're going to take the total number of ad sets, you're going to times that by your 4x magic metric number, and that will be your daily budget when you're starting campaign budget optimization. For the sake of this example, we said $20 was the number. We're putting 5 ad sets in there. And again, that's an arbitrary number. You can pick however many ad sets are actually going to be in your campaign. And you're going to take that, times it by this number, and you're going to know what your daily budget is for campaign budget optimization. Once you found some winners, turn off the losers and start scaling those up evenly to approximately $100 per winning ad set. And you can kind of go from there and you'll start to see the whole system kind of take its course and do its thing. So that's all I got for you today. Again, before I go, if you want some of my latest training, right? My latest training bundle, all stuff that's going to help you convert more on Facebook, write better ads, figure out stuff like this, go to nixtraining.com. Again, that's nixtraining.com. We're offering a little promo here where you can pay what you want, right? Name your own price, take the training bundle. I think you'll benefit from it tons. You can go over to that website and enjoy that, and more importantly, deploy it. So more than anything, I hope this was beneficial for you. I hope you start to experiment with this in your campaigns, because we are all going to have to start to understand how to use this in our everyday ad campaigns, because this is going to be mandatory.